Okay, hear me out. Homer Simpson is easy to laugh at. He's clumsy. He's lazy. He works a job he barely understands. He once tried to eat a candle. He's a walking, burping contradiction of the American dream. But there's one episode of The Simpsons, just one, that made me respect him. That made me stop and go, wait, is Homer actually brilliant in the dumbest way possible? The episode, Homer's Enemy, Season 8, Episode 23. A fan favorite. The highest rated episode on IMDb. And for good reason. It's not your typical Simpsons outing. It's not about a crazy town-wide event or Bart pulling a prank. It's about something way deeper. And honestly, way darker. Let's set the scene. A new guy starts at the Springfield nuclear power plant. His name is Frank Grimes. He's smart. He's disciplined. He's had a tough life, clawed his way up, and now finally has a steady job. And who does he sit next to? Homer. Of course. The moment Frank meets Homer, he can't believe what he's seeing. This guy, this overweight, donut-devouring disaster, is somehow living in a nice house, has a loving family, even claims he once went to space. And Frank loses it. And honestly, I get it. Grimes is the classic, hard work pays off, guy, and Homer. He's the guy that life just hands everything to. No effort, no self-awareness. And yet, he's somehow thriving. But here's the twist. Grimes isn't the one we root for. As the episode unfolds, he becomes obsessed, fixated on proving that Homer doesn't deserve any of what he has. And the more he pushes, the more he unravels. Until finally, well, let's just say the episode has one of the darkest endings in Simpsons history. And what does Homer do at Frank's funeral? He sleeps through it, loudly, obliviously, just like always. And yet, that's what makes this episode so brilliant. It's a full-on character study that flips everything we think we know about Homer. It doesn't redeem him, but it reveals him. Homer isn't cruel. He's not conniving. He's just coasting through life with a dumb grin on his face. And in a world that's constantly telling us to hustle, to stress, to compete, maybe that's not the worst thing. Watching this episode made me realize something. Homer isn't lucky in spite of who he is. He's lucky because of who he is. He doesn't get in his own way. He doesn't second guess himself. He finds joy in the simple stuff: TV, beer, family, and the occasional pig that can fly like Superman. And that makes him strangely admirable. Homer's Enemy doesn't just work because it's funny. It works because it forces us to see Homer through a completely different lens, one that makes us question everything. Is the world fair? Is hard work always rewarded? Or are some people just meant to drift through life, smiling, while the rest of us stress ourselves into a breakdown? Frank Grimes was the realest character The Simpsons ever introduced, and his presence made Homer feel more real than ever before. And somehow, that made me love Homer more. Not for being perfect, but for being completely, unapologetically himself.